Okay, so I'm here at this AutoZone 1792, and I was called out to come repair a no start on a Toyota Rav4. A guy recently bought this from a friend of mine's dealership. My friend sells nothing but good cars, so when he sold him the car was running and working great. The battery was a little weak. He told him it'd probably be a good idea to replace the battery on that thing. He gave him a good price for it. The guy came down to AutoZone, had a battery installed by the guys here. Well, apparently one of the guys at AutoZone, you got to be careful when you have these guys install batteries. Made a spark contact, touched the tools up against metal and caused a spark or something, and it shorted out a fuse. And they took some time and they went through the fuses and they looked through them all and they checked all the fuses, and one of them was blown. They missed it, and it wasn't just as easy as replacing the fuse. When the fuse blew, underneath where the fuse plugs into, the contact point inside of the fuse, the wiring underneath the fuse box was also it wiggled loose. It needed to be firmly, that wire needed from underneath, the wire needed to be put back into where the fuse went. So this is the fuse, and it's been replaced with a new one. But even putting a new fuse in it, when I checked it with my probe tester, with my fuse tester, I still wasn't getting any power in here. Before I put the new fuse in, I found that the fuse was bad. I was like, okay, let's get a new fuse, let's put a new fuse in it, and I still was getting no power. So I checked it with the tester and there was no power to the prongs in here. So I went to lifting up the box, looking underneath, and I noticed that the wire wasn't all the way pushed up, and I guess when that fuse popped, the spark happened, whatever, that wire needed to be set back into place correctly. So the new fuse, it was a 30 amp fuse, and it was installed, and that was keeping the car from starting. So you can see it's running perfect now. This is what I refer to as far as a test light to test the fuse. So I use this. I use this tool to test the fuse, and I noticed that I wasn't getting any power to the fuse, and that's how I made that repair. I brought my other tools, compression gauges and all other kind of stuff to repair this, scanned it, everything. Went ahead and easily bought some 30 amp fuses, put a new fuse in, and then saw that I still wasn't getting any power, and that's when I pulled the probe tester out and went ahead and started probe testing and finding the short underneath the fuse box. So here is the blown fuse. And you can see where the camera doesn't really show you that well, but one of the corners wasn't properly inserted and got hot on that side of the fuse. So keys out. By the way, this is a 2004 Toyota Rav4. Key back in. No foot on the accelerator. Simply one turn of the key, starts right up just like it should. This car has 136,000 miles. Key out. Starts right up like it should. Running great. So I'm gonna get in touch with the owner and let them know that life is good with their RAV4 again. All-wheel drive model. I like these things. I think they happen to be good vehicles. I noticed this one's a quart low on oil. I noticed that this one needs a transmission service. The transmission fluid is very dirty, and I'm gonna recommend that the transmission fluid gets replaced. Have a transmission service done to it. and I hear a rattle underneath. Something must be loose in the exhaust or something like that. So I'll recommend them bringing it into the shop to do those repairs. In the meantime, the important thing is the no start diagnosis is repaired. They would have had to spend who knows how much on a tow truck, $60 to $100, maybe even more, depending on where they're getting this car towed. For it to be towed to a shop, sit at a shop, wait for a shop to, you know, actually, for it to be next in turn, for the shop to actually work on it. The shop would have charged a diagnose fee, at least an hour labor diagnosis to work on it. The shop hour diag fee plus a tow truck fee, they would have spent a lot more than what they're spending with me today. I'm glad to be able to come out here January 1st. Come out here in the evening. It was about a half an hour drive here, another half an hour drive back for me, and get them going. Wanted to make a quick video just to document what happened here tonight and share with you guys. Anyways, we'll be in touch. Thank you for watching. Have a happy, blessed New Year, everyone. Peace.